taller.
Yeah, honey, I know. I know. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm about to go. Damn, yeah, it was only 1 or 2 pictures, and it was just 'cause. 10, yeah. It was 10. You counted them. Huh. Well, I liked them all because she had a fat ass. Thank you. I gotta go. Love you, bye. Taking no shorts. Coming right up. Smile for the camera.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Y'all gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts Podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Yeah, thank you, Jet Music. Woo, Lord. Taking No Shorts Podcast here at the Venture X Studios. I'm your host, Jay Grizzy. Thank you. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, for listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, water cooling, whatever, kikiing, however you want to do it with this podcast right here. I'm your host, Jay Grizzy. You're listening to Taking No Shorts Podcast on all social media platforms and where you hear your favorite podcasts. Also YouTube. This episode, we're going to see how it go. And we're going to start by introducing ladies first. Right? So she's, you on camera, boo-boo. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is Brooklyn. Look, Brooklyn, then it's just Brooklyn, or Brooklyn or
just Brooklyn.
Just Brooklyn. She's a host, a DJ. Oh shit. She is an erotic spoken word artist. God damn, I nailed it 3 times on this introduction. And also she does something else. She does a lot of things. But one thing I can say for sure is she is at Taking No Shorts Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Brooklyn. What's up, girl?
Hey.
They like, yo, get to the fucking introduction.
No.
She deserves all that time.
Yeah.
No.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm swell.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm swell as well. We're going to go ahead because, you know, I think probably this is the first time I met you, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
Second.
First and a half. First and a half, right?
Because she was DJing. When
she
you
was
met her
DJing. Yeah, she was doing one of the many jobs she do, and I think she was like, hold his blunt. Or something.
Might have been.
I was saying, hold the blunt while my lover boy goes and does his thing. So this, right. So this guy right here, ladies and gentlemen, my other guest at Taking No Shorts Podcast, he is a comedy friend, a comedy guy that I've known for roughly 10 years, safe to say. He's performed up and down the East Coast doing stand-up comedy and a dead-on impression that I don't even know if it's going to come out tonight. I don't know if we can conjure. All right, so let me finish up the introduction. All right, he runs his own comedy room here in the DMV, in my town, in Richmond, RVA. Everybody say RVA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a staple.
It's kind of a staple
now, yeah.
here. Also, he's funny, you know. And when I was coming up, and I'd say coming up, cause I mean y'all probably saying like, damn, I ain't do my AKAs. Fuck all that. Y'all listening to Taking No Shorts. I am your host, Jay Grizzy, aka Mr. Leave No Meat on the Bone, aka the uncle of your auntie, aka yeah, the great Grizzolini, and I almost spilled my yak, but I am the uncle of your auntie. That was a good one.
Yeah, that
let you know what it is.
That fits in. It's original. Yeah, that's.
So,
AKAs.
yeah, good. Thank you.
That's good choices right there.
Just Brooklyn, representing Bushwick, Brooklyn in the house. I lived in Sunset Park, so I'm kind of a bougie. They call me a bougie Brooklynite, you know.
Okay.
I know. Hit them with an AKA or BKA. Let them know. Hit them hoes with it. Let them know.
What? I don't even know what that means.
Oh.
So I guess you could do your performance name and your real name if you want.
Okay.
You got an AKA?
That is my AKA.
Or Brooklyn
my
Princessa.
whole, yeah. Well, okay, so for the world that's wondering, I keep it a secret. You did spill it.
I told y'all. That's why I told you. You don't want me
God,
putting that
maybe-
on there.
Now that means put it down. Don't have no more.
Feel like electric fire
Yes.
happening.
Oh my
in the place.
God, I'm scared.
Right, no, you fine.
I'm gonna do
figure out
this
why
like
your
this.
equipment's sticky
Come on now. She represents BK and the BX.
Oh no, but I run from fire. Basically, I just don't tell everybody my first name.
I don't care
I find
about
it to
that.
be
I'm talking about the other AKAs.
But my AKA is just Brooklyn.
And you ain't got no other ones?
No, just Brooklyn.
That's
Just because
just
that's
simple.
just who I am. I'm just whatever I feel for
Grab
the day.
the whole
And
borough,
some
Benny.
people call her Brooklyn Princess. Not too many people, but she called.
Yeah, I
She
get
grabbed.
that
Look,
too.
she grabbed the whole borough.
Yeah, just to because you never know when you go to Brooklyn. Like literally now,
Yeah.
you can cross the street and there's people walking poodles and stuff, but right across the street there's pit bulls like burning down houses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, with that all being said, it's kind of like I am just whatever I am at that moment, that day, and it goes for the fact that I started as a spoken word artist. So.
Just Brooklyn.
Yeah, so I'm just Brooklyn.
Boy, that's interesting.
It answers all questions. Like, what are you doing?
it's
just
very.
Brooklyn.
It leaves the other party to define you however they see you.
No, it just leaves it as the factor of just don't identify it as anything. Like if you're sitting there doing something and they'd be like, oh man, why are they doing this, that, and the other? They're crazy. No, that's just Brooklyn.
That's just,
Yeah.
Exactly.
okay. Benny.
Yes, sir.
I need an AKA. Give me 2 or 3 BKs. I don't know.
There's always my government.
Oh, you gonna give me that? Okay.
Benny Lee Perry Jr.
Exactly.
That's what my mother knows me as. That's what she created me.
Right. So you gonna stick with that
Yeah,
one?
and then we got Benny Blonkoe Perry.
Oh, right.
In high school, I was Benny Siegel.
Okay, that can see how that could go together.
Then impersonation wise, you got Chubby Wayne. You got
Exactly.
you got Notorious B.E.N. and then you also have
Oh, damn.
Jay-Z. That's just a few of my,
What was that? A lisp in the middle? The Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
Put the extra on it. I actually my cousin made a poster for me with the 3 pictures of the 3 impersonations, and it has those
dope.
names on
It's
it.
dope.
It's really.
Like it really looks authentic. Like I thought it was real until I realized the year, and it was his 40th birthday.
Yeah, the year
And
the
I was
poster.
like, oh.
I got the poster in 18, and the actual year that it was dated for that show that my cousin made it look like a show poster.
Right.
Is coming up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dope.
For folks who are just joining us at Taking No Shorts, so you clicking, strolling, whatever. This man do impressions. When I give the crowd some history here. God, yeah, I got a couple of because Benny and I started out. I don't know when did you start, Benny? I started in 05.
I'm 17 years in, so 05.
04 or 05. Okay, yeah. So in the scene. And then you have to, it's a comedy scene, then it's a white comedy scene, and then it's a black comedy scene. And it's very few, like I tried to dip into the white folk back then in 05. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
It's sitting through a lot of subject matter that you would never think.
Hell nah. I was just talking to Betty about that on a previous episode, and it was like, yo, I cannot sit through open mics where you just got to hear non-funny motherfuckers. Like I can't, and that's not a hating thing, is it?
It's not a hating thing, but I've grown accustomed to it to know that certain rooms and certain demographics I'm in, then this is
right.
It's
you
almost
know what it is.
It's like a day at like a business meeting. Like, all right, we got an email, we got a meeting. oh, this meeting is about what? Oh, this is a safety meeting. This about to be 4 hours of BS.
right.
Like
I couldn't sit through that
it might
anymore.
be one good section of, like, oh, yeah, I did need to know that part.
And when I decided to go back out, I said, let me see who's running rooms. And then I happened to see that you were running the room. And I was like, okay, I could, to be fair.
At the current moment, I'm the only black room right now.
Wow. Jeez Louise. Yeah, and I could think of when we were coming up, recently. We had Casey, let the black guys, Funny Short Pump had Black Night. I could think of Crossroads on Clay, and I'm naming the spots. There's another spot on Chamberlain. I forgot. It used to be something. It used to be called Glenn's.
Yeah, now it's JR.
It's JR Crick. Like so I just named off 5, 4, 5.
We had Carry 100.
Carry 100 too, right?
A few other spots.
What happened, Bennie? Because for ladies and gentlemen, I was out here digging in them guts. I had to get out of there.
The issue really falls back on a lot of businesses. Like none of the comedians own a spot. So a lot of businesses don't give you enough time to build it up.
If they don't see you,
if they don't see money or see some type of profit in that second, third night of your mic, they ready to wash their hands of it. Right. But it's like, nah, man, you got to give me time to build this up. So I've been this is my second, third room I've run now, and I've been fortunate enough that most of the places I found gave me that time to start.
Let you build it.
Yeah, to start building the room up.
Well, I remember when I came down and did some time up there. Excuse me, I'll get comfortable now.
That liquor kicking in. That's why I chose champagne to keep you crispy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That jacket coming off in about 10 minutes.
15 minutes. Like, I said to myself, man, this felt like it did back when I was coming in. Like the room felt like that. Mm-hmm. And lately in the town that we are in, I see more artists now. I don't know if it's quarantine. Motherfucker was locked up for 2 years.
Part of it, yeah. A lot of folks, like the white comedians, actually are just now really, really coming back out.
Which one? The white boy?
Yeah. Black people, the black comedians. The black comedians. Black comedians, second, third month of quarantine, we like, man,
we still got to get it.
Forget this. And hey, you mind? Oh, we got to wear masks and we got to be 5-6 feet apart. Okay, that's fine.
We still got to get it. Right?
And we was doing rooms where it was only 10 people in the room, 3-4 comics and a couple. Everybody was spaced out. And like Ham's room, which the restaurant just closed recently, he was.
Soulful Sunday?
Yeah, he had just celebrated his 2 years, so his room was running
for 2 years, yeah. And then, another spot, I checked it out, and I was going to go up. I was going to go back, but they,
and
business shit happens.
Yeah, that was just a shock. And
I was just hollering at the cats that was doing the pod out there, Lazarus and J-Ron.
Yeah.
I saw them at Sandman, and I was just like, what's up with y'all pod since and they was just like, we don't know. And these younger guys that are coming up in the comedy stand-up game, and I was like, so what y'all gonna do with that? And they was just like, shit, I don't know. And I was just like, dude, like,
yeah, I've been.
I said, come, guys. So they'll be. Hopefully, they'll be on.
Yeah, to try to get them to stay at, especially when you establish something, you want them to stay
keep it going
with it. Yeah, so it's one of those things where. We've had the times where we've had 6-7 black rooms running, 6-7 white rooms. There's been the times where there's just 1 or 2 white rooms.
Well, you the only one, because I looked everywhere. Not to say that I scouted a room or nothing, but I was just like, I want to go do a couple minutes. I just want to see if something worked. And I was talking on a previous episode, like, to me, that'll never leave me. Like, I just want to see if a joke lands, from a wrestling term, if a joke is getting over, And I went back and I was like, of course, me from back in the day, I was so drunk, I forgot my whole set.
Yeah.
Like, but this time, he said be a lot of time. But this time, I was like, okay, I know what I went on. and everything. And then the only thing that I took away from it was, man, you know how hard it is to make a black man, let alone black people, laugh?
Yeah.
Look at this guy right here. He laughing at all.
But yo, the other week when you came by Mic Check Monday, you had a dope ass set.
Thank you,
where
sir.
I'm like, damn, Grizzly ain't been on stage
in a minute,
7-8 years.
I think I did Remo's room over Southside,
yeah,
like
6,
7, 5, 6 years ago. So that was the last time I went up. So it was like, okay, but I was like, the whole set, I was just like, there's one cat, I don't know if everybody know, I was like, I can't see this nigga. And I was like, yo, Bennie ain't got no arms, no checking to see if motherfuckers got they. What? I was like, oh
yeah,
shit.
I tell you how much time you got. I'm like, yo, you got 10 minutes. I might be in the back. I might be in the DJ booth talking to Brooklyn. Remo has said it a few times. He's like, yo, Bennie just leave you out there to drown. But I'm like.
That's what I mean, but that's what a workout room is supposed to be.
Yeah, and that's what I try to tell the comments. Like, look, you can pull out your phone, pull out your book.
Yeah,
you
work out.
Start over if you want. If it fit within your 10 minutes, get your shit straight. You know, like.
What do you think about the room that? How did that room come together? How did that not come together?
Okay, so basically, I had a room called not had. I do have a room called Wild Wednesday. We had a great time actually running it for quite some time. It's actually almost a year now. April will make a year that Wild Wednesday's been around. I mean, it's same spot, smoke friendly, vendors, all that. I have B Sounds.
I can attest, ladies and gentlemen.
I have B Sounds.
You're gonna be high, my room.
Green crack.
Right.
Green crack?
Yeah, you're gonna be high.
Yeah, but it's guaranteed. You want it, you need it. It's
Toyota.
I have B Sounds, the ADHD Bandit. He's my DJ on those Wednesdays. It's an every other Wednesday thing. We were supposed to go on tour, and my first time ever dealing with, I won't say the name, of course not. I definitely
not in this town.
Yeah, no. They're not even from this town.
Oh, okay.
But respectfully, because I just
holy
don't
shit.
carry.
Is this right? Did I hit record? I hit record.
Yeah, you hit it.
Thank you.
So,
my wife always reminds me, right? She say, whatever you do, make sure you hit record. Because one time we recorded a whole motherfucking episode.
And it wasn't even on, yeah.
We had the video like a motherfucker, but niggas was talking like this.
Yeah, it was just, you know, laid anything over.
So that's why, keeping it real, Taking Those Shorts podcast. Thank you. Continue, Brooklyn.
No, so basically my first time ever, because I've been doing this only, about a year and 2 months, 3 months.
What? You've only been doing
all of this DJing,
really?
Spoken word,
I seen her at Soulful Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was because I run with a bunch of. I run with a lot of companies. I do run with little undercover companies. A lot of people don't know about because I'm not.
No, but I mean, when you was, I'm talking about.
Yeah, she hosted the Artist Vibe Out when you were
Yeah. The Artist Vibe Out,
and
you did your spoken word, and I was just like, this, y'all. Then she went like this, yeet. I was like, look, that's all I was doing. I was like that. That's all I was doing. Like,
thank you.
Good job.
Yeah,
man.
but it's been short. Been short or whatnot. But
I thought you were. I thought you would have, from that experience, I thought you would have been in that game longer than that.
All right, so the true story with her.
He about to tell me.
It's basically
they together, y'all.
She was in entertainment years ago, and life happens.
Same here.
And
I'm here to attest to that.
And we met last August of 21. We met August of 21, and she saw what I had going on and was like, "Oh well, I want to get back into my."
How much did she see you had going on?
She saw enough that it didn't scare her away.
Oh, so if you'd have known him like I know him,
so
that might have scared.
So she's still rolling with me, but she, just brought up like, "Hey, I want to get back into my poetry and spoken word," and I'm like, "Okay, do it."
Right.
Yeah.
And you know how people will get discouraged.
Yeah, easily in anything you want to do.
I guess it kind of surprised her that I was so supportive. I'm like, nah. What? I was like, look, I don't know nothing about poetry,
Right.
but I know people that do. I know what spots to go to where the poets are at, and pretty much we went to a couple open mics, and she started making her connections back.
Her first night out.
First.
No, I'm saying
Sunday Soul with
Shayla Soul.
But she had. Were you nervous?
First night, yeah.
You had the bubble
But
guts.
she did good though.
Yes, I was extremely nervous.
Because you don't. I mean, honestly, you be going there.
It's awakening a sleeping beast.
It's for me wise, I'm like this on the regular. He can tell you, even if I'm in a room full of people, I can know them all. I'm very quiet. Once I hit the stage, it's being able to have a verbal journal. Like the same way you do a podcast, for me, it's live podcasts.
Yeah.
It's being able to talk about what's inside my head without judgment.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's all we want.
Yeah, and that's basically like you were saying how the rooms came together with Wild Wednesday coming together. We went on the tour. First time ever, I had my janky promoter kind of thing happen.
Everybody.
I'm not going to say that's what it was or wasn't. Right. Maybe, it was a lot of stuff.
Everybody got one of those stories.
It was a lot of stuff that was involved, and it's okay because it was my first time experience.
Why are we still...
Yeah.
Why is Jay Grizzy taking those shorts?
Right.
From 2005 to 2022. What is that? I don't even know. 17 years?
Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not doing it. I told somebody, my wife, honey, thank you. This would not happen without her. I'm not doing it because I don't want to be famous or I do like the likes. I ain't gonna lie. I like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you have a fat ass. Yeah. But no, seriously.
Exactly.
Yes. No, seriously. How can I be serious after that?
Right. You say hit the green button.
Right.
Exactly.
No, for 17 years, it doesn't go away. Mm-hmm. You if you're a creative person, whether it's music or writing or poetry or comedy or whatever creative thing that comes into your mind, life
Culture,
happens.
Artwork,
Yeah.
all it. Well, and she does art also too.
Word.
So yeah.
Like drawing or whatever.
Yeah, I
y'all
got-
ain't tell me that one.
It just dawned back on me when you was naming all
Naming
the
all the
stuff.
shit,
and I'm like, I do got 2 custom Wu-Tang
Hey,
pieces.
you didn't even
made.
say I ran a room called Wild Wednesday.
Well, that was up to you to say. She don't be liking for me to, but you didn't tell him Wild
Yeah,
Wednesday.
sure.
I did.
He
had a crash course, okay?
Yeah, I did.
He had a crash course like 2 seconds before we got up on
she
here.
she
so I had to give him the main points.
Well, I mean, you got a lot on your plate. And
Yeah, I do.
I think I reached out to Bennie a couple of weeks ago. It's like, yo, can you come on this pod? First of all, let me tell you, I got to even asking Bennie to come, because when you start out something like this, you have a vision of you have a brand. Before, when I was doing stand-up, 05, did you have a brand, sir?
Oh, nah.
Yeah, fuck we doing
I was
about a
just up there
brand.
talking shit.
Right.
I was up there talking shit.
We didn't know what the fuck and who the fuck.
I knew because I was 17 years ago. I was 23,
Right.
22, 23, and I knew that for 18, 20 years prior to that, people had been telling me I was funny.
Right.
So when I found out a place to try it, I just was like, yo, I'm just get up there and be me.
Be me.
And talk some shit. And
Right.
that's 17 years later. I now
And here's
make a
the
little money
beauty.
in it.
Here's the beauty part of that is it took for me to step back, for me to see like, okay, where do I fit in this lane? You know what I'm saying? Before when I was in it, I had no clue. No clue.
Stopped and y'all went over to Legacy.
Yeah.
Y'all created Legacy and everything, and I left the podcast because back then it wasn't called podcast; it was just
Internet radio,
it was just
right?
an internet radio show, and that's what So like, she just asked me like, "You ever thought about getting back into it?" And I'm like,
And you know how much work there
yeah, that's what I was telling
work
her.
and shit to do. and
questions.
that. It takes away from the creative space. Comics like that time, we need to either be jerking off. A straight guy. I would speak for me. I ain't gonna speak. I can get you in trouble. I either want to be jerking off
Just sitting there with
learning,
book,
right, or finding something funny about the world. Like, those are the three things I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So if anything takes away from that, I'm really not fucking with it like that. You know, and when it started becoming, you know, work, and then and anything because of, in Brooklyn, you talked about it earlier, you have this passion to be and do something, and then the business part come into it. Everybody tolerates this guy, and I always that's just hashtag now, because I saw the hashtag and I was like, yeah, that works for Bennie, because I honestly see him as a rebel.
Because I
just think like if he was to go into these like type of spaces, Bennie be like, I ain't doing that shit. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, and people got to decide if they want to tolerate.
If you're gonna tolerate it, or not.
And he do.
So how do you deal with Bennie like that?
But that's the beauty of it with Brooklyn, because like she gets to be right here beside me.
Oh, she the manager too, right?
So yeah, because she's managing me, I'm managing her, so we're both learning and helping each other, and
that's beautiful.
It's like she's getting a crash course on
Bennie,
on me, but then on 17 years of entertainment.
Yeah,
just, you know, she's getting all of it at once. Where it's like I can give her the heads up about certain things.
When I go to Grizz's podcast, he a little square a little bit. Right. He gonna act like he all sedated and shit.
To the liquor getter.
Yeah, he lays back and stretches out.
Out. Then he turned into one of us, pure D Negro.
Yeah. But she, the bug rebit her. You know how they say that entertainment bug.
Right.
And after doing a couple mics, she just started, you know, connecting with more and more people, and like even now, I tell people all the time, her room is doper than mine.
Well,
like,
I'm finna go to Wild Wednesday.
Way more. Yeah, Wild Wednesday is the shit. Like my room, alright. Her shit, her and B Sounds being there, and you ain't know it's be people from Wu-Tang management and all this other. You know, it's just
it's an open mic.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's an open mic. It's like Bennie has comedy base. Mine has no base. It's just an openness.
It's a space for creatives. Like I said earlier,
it's just a space
before we
to
went
just,
live, just
if you've never,
motherfucker want to go out there, act Romeo and Juliet, at part 4, act 3,
right?
They can do that shit.
If that's what it is, or it's even a place to just be a safe space to just come and know that you can be there and do whatever it is. Whatever you have going on in your life outside that door is not happening in there.
I think great that you're doing that room, and I'm definitely going.
And I don't have security, so if
oh shit, Jesus Christ! This when the OJ come back.
But but that's the thing though. That's the positive part about it, because the people that are in there,
you know what the hell we is.
But I also know that I have bigger faith in God that He's going to protect me and put the people around me that's supposed to be there, and I have some dope individuals.
Jesus. Can you let me know before I get shot?
As long as you come to our mics, you will never have to worry about that.
This is a good question, Bennie. Do you think Jesus or God lets a nigga know before he catch a hot what?
Oh yeah, but we forget.
Sometimes you'll get that warning.
We forget though. We don't have security, but the boutiquerie has security. Yeah, so there's security.
I didn't even know
that. You just don't see them. They're there.
Man, I would have lit up dude up because he was just mugging me. I would have lit him up. Like if I'd have known y'all had security, I would have just went in.
They're there.
But I went over there, and you know when you go over there, be like, nope, not you, nigga.
Yeah. But at the same time, with my room and with hers, we verbally let it be known this ain't the space for that.
Oh yeah.
Is it location? Because it's different if you have the shit over at Hillside Court.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think so.
We're downtown now, but no, I would still carry it the same way. I mean, my thing is this. Gangsters is whoever get to their gun first.
It's true that.
So it's
I don't know. I had started.
So it's like, and I keep a pocket knife on me. I will throw this pocket knife at your ass while I'm running to my car. Right. I will pull this bad boy out, click it, and toss.
Do some Shinobi.
Yeah, and while I'm getting to the car to get to the real thing, but we run such an aesthetic with both rooms that everybody comes in and knows it's just straight peace and love.
Peace and love.
And we don't tolerate the foolishness. She's strict. She's more strict on her crowd than I am on mine.
Well, that's just because I have a younger crowd. Right. I have more of the 18s and up.
They into that spoken word?
I mean, I've had youngest down to 16. No, I mean, it's any artistry. Like, I've had guitarists.
Yeah.
I've had people, bands. I mean, you come in, you name it. I've had so many different, type of people
that want to get up
through there. It's so many different talents, but some of them are younger gangsters.
I got you. Gangsters, yeah.
Speaking of which, side note for us,
really?
Pat has a band, and I told him while I went.
They about to plug a whole goddamn. Hold on, Bennie is gold. Bennie done took the show and say, "Hold on, Pat's got a band."
He got a band too, so I told him while I went.
It's a great time to take a break, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry,
no, we can take the break, but it's just I was gonna forget if I didn't tell her. Like,
yeah, damn, this nigga made a minute and put a whole ad on for the hoe. No, excuse me, not the hoe.
It's a guy.
It's a guy.
But just...
He might be a hoe.
Oh, my Jesus. All right. Listen. This is Taking Those Shorts podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I have... now that it rolls easily off of my tongue.
I know.
Just Brooklyn.
It works.
Bushwick, though. In the house.
Just Brooklyn in the building.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And my homeboy, Bennie, Blonkoe Perry, here Taking Those Shorts podcast. We'll be right back. We'll get back to my friends in just a moment. But while I have you here, hit the subscribe button and like and share this podcast on YouTube. That's youtube.com/Taking Those Shorts pod. Also on rss.com/podcast/ Taking Those Shorts pod. God, I got to get this out really quick. Also on all streaming platforms where you hear your favorite podcasts, including mine. And last but not least, for the low cost of lower than a half a dozen of eggs, you'll get to hear the stinkiest, dirtiest, foulest, most inappropriate, non-canceling shit on our Patreon at patreon.com/Taking Those Shorts pod, or just search Taking Those Shorts pod. Now back to the show.
We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice.
Y'all gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Oh man, thank you, Jet Music. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for taking the time to listen to Taking Those Shorts podcast on all streaming platforms. Let me give you my socials. On Taking Those Shorts podcast on YouTube, TNS podcast. If you got a list, don't take chances with that because you might offend somebody. TNS podcast on Instagram. Taking Those Shorts podcast on Facebook. Soon to come to Spotify, and make sure you follow all the shit that come up on your timeline with this thing right here. This is the second part of this episode. We took a long, nice, refreshing break. I've pissed on myself. Can you see that, Kadir? He can see it. He can see it. He's like, I don't know, but can you see that I peed on myself? Okay, great. So I didn't pee on myself. We have two special guests here at Taking Those Shorts podcast. I will go ahead and introduce Just Brooklyn. I done just gave you another name, girl. Just. What's going on, Bushwick, Brooklyn in the building? What happening? NVA in the building. What happening?
Nothing much.
Nothing much. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually enjoying
You are enjoying yourself?
Enjoying my first time on like a podcast with headphones and hearing myself and stuff.
Oh, it's freaking you out a little bit?
And I'm high.
Yeah, it's really awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're here with a guy, right?
Right.
Not me, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
here with that guy.
Yes,
this
that
guy right here. His name is Bennie Blonkoe. What's up, bro?
Every time the intro come on, I just want to be like, yeah. JC in the building. I just want to let the people know, that Jay Grizzy's an amazing host.
Thank you.
He does such an amazing job. He's, from global scale radio to legacy radio to now doing his own thing. It's a blessing. And, it's great, man. I got a couple business ventures, that I make. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Motherfucker go into business with you, Jay, and come out.
For everybody out there asking people, do you want 500,000 or a dinner with Jay? You definitely want to take the dinner with me. I'm a great dinner host. It's going to be a 3-course meal. You know what I'm saying?
500 stacks?
But the information that you're gonna get, you never know. You might get a record deal from eating dinner with me.
Exactly.
But some people, if you thinking short term, go ahead and take the 500K.
All right. So what are
We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice.
Jay, you doing too much. But honestly, that's his hustle. I mean, it's a hustle in a way, but I mean, there's a sucker born every day, right? Isn't that the saying? Like,
yeah, but in all actuality, because
we about to dissect Jay-Z fucks with us
because he's a Sagittarius, which is akin to a Capricorn.
Oh, we going astronomical motherfuckers tonight.
I don't see him squandering or making a fool of someone that decided, hey, let me get a sit down with this black.
He's a purveyor of business and truth.
So if anything, a dinner sit down with Jay-Z, you need to come in with your schematics. You need to come in with your lesson plan and what you want to do and see if it's something that'll pique his interest where he would become a potential buyer of that or an investor.
So that's how
I would view it.
Brooklyn,
I don't see him joking on nobody like, hey, you took the money from. I mean,
exactly.
Why wouldn't you take 500K? Like, what's wrong with you?
Jay, I saw Jay-Z, Sean Carter. I saw some documentary on him, and he said how before him and Jazz or somebody was at 550 State Street, right? Mm-hmm. And strangely enough, I fast forwarded 30 years because that's the last time I actually lived in Brooklyn in the house. My girlfriend at the time was living on State Street. Okay. So when he said 550 State Street, and then I saw the documentary, and it was a sneaker shop. I forgot the name of the sneaker store. But I used to always walk by that sneaker store at the same time that Jay in this documentary is saying was like yeah, right. And I was just like, oh shit, I was really a fucking herd ass nigga, right?
Walking right past it.
Like I was really one of the fuck boys that they say, right? But he up there getting it,
oblivious, yeah.
Different paths for different things. I'm not mad. I took my path. I'm sure he's not mad. He took his. I'm too small to take penitentiary chances. I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do it.
It would be like a cruel joke for him to be so serious in the music, so serious with the business, for once you decide, hey, I would rather take this hour, sit down with him, and gather and get whatever information I can, or see if I can get him invested in my product, that he would just brush you off.
Here's a good question for you too, as a creators, artists here, Taking No Shorts podcast at the Venture X Studios. It's a good spot, ain't it?
Yeah. Right. Taking no shorts on losses, man. Like
Blonkoe. Who inspired you? What gets just Brooklyn creative juices flowing? Like who that's put it down out here in the creative space inspires you?
It's just a group of people that are unheard.
Describe the group.
People that are unheard.
All right, describe
don't
it.
have a voice. People that are lonely, people that feel as though like no one will ever understand what they go through. More or less just everyone as a whole that needs a voice, needs a vision, needs an understanding, maybe can be taught something. And I'm inspired because I was the one that was the person that had no voice. A lot of things going on, life going crazy, growing up in crazy situations. And now that I'm older, and it's weird because, meeting him, it's...
You don't even exist. You him.
Yeah.
You know who him is?
Him is.
They got the shirts to say, I'm him.
I'm
so,
him, right.
I mean, but he's somebody different every day if you go for the fact of what he like. Today he's Spider-Man. So
Right.
it's him.
This is awesome.
For the fact of that, meeting him and realizing what he was doing was something that I wanted to do with the comedy and the laughing and the happiness and just seeing people go on an emotional roller coaster with you, knowing that that's how we do on a day-to-day basis.
Every day.
Regardless. Yeah, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep to the minute you get to work to the time you get off and just watching what he did.
Practice.
Because watching him do it, so I can say as a whole, a group of people being everyone as a whole.
Right.
But inspirationally wise, not to be cutesy and all that stuff.
Fair enough.
But he does inspire me to push further because I see there's been people like, I needed that laugh.
Right.
I had a bad day.
Right.
And I started hearing my own things where it was like, whoa, your poetry hit me. Like, not just the erotic stuff, but like my regular poetry, spoken word. They're like, yo, that hit me. I can't believe like somebody spoke out, and I've always, wanted to see what people's reactions were. And so it was like when I realized I started touching people like he did, it was, it was like, you know what? Okay, this is how I can have a vocal diary, but I can also have my story be told. So no one can ever say, hey, I didn't know nothing about Just Brooklyn. Yeah, you do. Listen to my poetry.
to my shit and
Listen to the
right.
way I play my music, but Bennie does inspire that a part of it, and that's on the cute level, but on a realistic level.
I mean, I testified earlier in the pod. I say, when I first saw you do your spoken word, I was like, okay, I'm with it. And then the way you turned left, I was just like, oh, but I'm still with it. I'm with it because
It's intriguing.
Yeah, well, no, it does that. I mean, just like I want this pod. It's a clip from this episode, Lost Keys or whatever, that's going to catch somebody when I put 5 seconds on social media. But if you stop and look beyond all that, it was deeper than that, and that's what I saw when I saw you perform. And I was just like, okay, this is pretty creative to be able, and pretty raw.
Right, yeah. And it's crazy because I did just recently hear that at his open mic, there's a young lady, Retro Queen. She comes out, and she's absolutely...
She's a retro queen?
No, her
I like the name.
She's an MC.
Oh, I like her name. All right, I read a Kiki with her already.
I hate allergies. I swear my
That's
nose
okay.
itches.
but we could edit that out.
No, I got allergies. This is real. But Retro Queen. You've actually saw her that
LGBTQIA or...
I don't know. She's retro.
You say if you look,
she's
you don't
a woman
know.
That's a woman.
You don't know
what she like.
When a motherfucker say pronouns, nigga, I'm like, hold on. Let me.
So age wise, he's thinking retro.
Right.
Yeah,
no,
I'm thinking ABBA, bitch.
No. She's a real chick.
Okay.
But she's dope. Sexually preference wise, I have no idea.
We'll find out.
But I know that
Grizzle will find out.
Right.
No, I'm joking.
But during the factor of doing a piece I did, she was like, I never liked sex. I don't like porn. Like, she's like, I don't like anything of pornographic nature. And she was like, the first time she did my erotic poetry, she liked to heard my
When's this
stuff.
place? Wednesday?
That'll be Wednesdays. But then I do the artist vibe out, which is every third Friday at the warehouse. And then I also have, I'm now a permanent host for Poison Ivy in Hampton. She does several musical shows. So I'll perform in different spots. I've done it at comedy shows.
I see you doing at comedy shows.
Yeah,
God damn, you're a busy woman.
Yeah, I'll do it just because, he's inspired. The fact is, like, why not? Because that might actually pull something.
Somebody.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Some comedian might need it. Hey, I had some comedians crying, and I was like, oh.
Shit, I was like, God damn
and
it.
then they had to go do their set.
Got me feeling some kind of way. Mr. Blonkoe Perry, I'm sure if I was to ask you 10 years ago who inspired you, mine was Chappelle and Pryor. Before I knew what comedy was, Chappelle.
I want to say thank you, Jake Grizzly, for acknowledging that I'm the greatest, the greatest comedian alive there, Jay Grizzly, and I'm so glad that you decided. That's like a mix of Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams.
Right, but he now that you do this, because we are comics, we know sometimes you are a caricature of your act. And so I'm sure he knows when he's putting on. You know when you're putting on.
Yeah, when
she
I
knows
kick it
when
up a
you're
notch.
putting on. Yeah. So
it's my average self, but it's kicked up to a notch whenever I officially do it. Don't nobody out here try to steal it because it's my title.
Right.
My title for my first official HBO Netflix.
Don't tell them then, Bennie.
No, that way they'll not.
You preview it
on this the 20th day of December of the Lord of December.
Taking Those Shorts podcast. We putting it in the universe.
On Taking Those Shorts podcast with Jay Grizzly.
Yeah.
If they don't do it before I'm about to say it, then it belong to me. I got the proof that I see it at first. But my special will be the last of the Latchkey Kids. So I literally would get home, got the key, get in the house, and it would be video games, TV, or movie, after I do my homework. So a lot of the stuff I draw off of is what I've watched and what I've listened to and what I've been privy to over the years of, almost 40 years of just watching entertainment. So that's where the impersonations come from.
Man,
that's where a lot of the
placement.
So that's where a lot of the placements come in at is from, I just brought up stuff last night. Like I used to watch Car 54, Where Are You? And My Three Sons and stuff like that.
You're dating yourself, Ben.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I used to watch Nick at Night, you know what I'm saying? So
that shit used to come on.
Nick at Night was the shit.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
All black and white show.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So Nick at Night played old 60s, 70s sitcoms.
Yes, like Bewitched was on.
See, I was a young father. I had my son when I was 17, so I had to be an adult very quickly.
You work in the graveyard.
Right.
But early 90s.
Keep off the motherfucking papers.
Early 90s, before Nickelodeon got to the point of having enough cartoons to run for a whole day. Because Cartoon Network was the first station that we're cartoons all day, every day, which I think they are no longer now, Cartoon Network. But Nickelodeon would cut off about 7, 8 at night, maybe 9, and then it would be Nick at Night the rest of the night, and it would be Andy Griffith, Mr. Ed, it would be Car 54, Where Are You?
Wow.
My Three Sons, Bewitched, Gilligan's Island, all that stuff.
Really? Hold on, y'all are taking me
It
back.
would run through. Nick at Night would just run.
So
through
there's a
all
retro, and I'm big on that. Y'all could even tell by the logo. I told the logo people, I said I wanted to be, and I put it as an AK. People, this is gonna really date me. I want to be the Black Dick Cavett.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's why the accents and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Because, and I read up, strangely enough, his background on Dick Cavett. He was a comedian, stand up in New York in the scene in Greenwich Village and everything. And, he was funny, but he wasn't as funny as, say, Lenny Bruce at the time or whoever. And sometimes you got to take a step back. I damn sure am not as funny as this guy. So.
But you can be. That's the thing.
I'm not going. I'm not. I don't. I think I'm dated. I'm dated, bro. I get it.
I have been an advocate for you with stand up.
Stop it.
I saw your potential years ago, and
I'm a wild boy.
Point, Like, and then he ain't gonna mind me saying it because I'm not gonna say nothing that ain't true. With Remo, everybody used to be like, "Oh, he sucks. He's not funny. He this, that." and
Remo,
that. But Remo stuck with it, and he put that work ethic in.
He was funny.
It went from him being the only person laughing at his jokes to 2 people to 4 to 10 to now.
He put in the time.
He can go on stage and do his thing. He's got viral videos out there.
I think I should have Remo on.
Yeah, definitely. We got a movie together.
Fun character.
Like the second movie Remo? I did.
Come on.
The second movie I did, it was from Remo calling me like, "Yo, somebody didn't show up on set. You want to be in a movie real quick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bet. This will be my second one."
You was playing Call of Duty on the couch.
You're chilling in my drawers.
Rolling right like that.
In my drawers. I washed my face, threw on some clothes.
Out.
I'm on set.
Go get the money.
And then I ended up being, in 2-3 scenes. And so I have 2 movies that were both on Amazon Prime for a minute. One just went to Tubi, and then that led into, a Black Men documentary. So, but it's the time and the work. But you decided to put the time and the work in with the podcast.
Yeah, into this, yes.
So where I stopped, this, you continue with this, and I continue with the stage part.
I would love to go back on stage as hard as not actually doing the material and performing. It's just I can't do the 2, 3, 4 in the mornings no more.
Yeah.
That was taking a toll. That was taking a toll on me then. Except if you had that juice ass on that.
Yeah, you had somebody.
If that thing was wanging, Grizzly was there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you would love it now.
Yeah.
She connected with a lot of people to be having.
Are they wanging?
Dances of the night
I
and
have
things.
stripper bitches. That be hanging out
I
at the
love.
house.
I'm a
they
total
won't say it
slut,
that
ladies
way.
and gentlemen.
Yes.
Well, my wife knows I'm a total slut. I mean, to the audience, I don't know who you think. I'm an uncle that will fuck your auntie. So,
There it is.
yeah, there it is. Aunties beware. But no, don't be scared of me.
Be aware.
He's like a black version of Quagmire.
No, I don't want to
what
be
I see.
Quagmire.
Nah, Quagmire.
That's not a good. I know a black
When
Quagmire.
you get older, that's what I see. That's all I
know.
see is black Quagmire.
And I'll take. And honestly, just Brooklyn. I'll take that. But if I ever introduce her to Carlton Banks, he's way worse than me.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, he's horrible.
Like right now, he's like a Master Roshi, where it's like,
Yeah.
You're still in training.
Yeah, so of course I don't want to be that guy. I told that to Apple Brown Betty when I met her at this artist place because she was solo, get ready to go up, and I was just like, who the fuck are you? And my homeboy introduced me to her, and I was just like, it seems interesting. But who the fuck are you? Because you rolling dolo. Usually in Richmond, everybody clicked up, And I was like, okay, let me play the. And she went up and she was like, she of course. Have you ever bombed? Of course, no artist ever bombed. You killed more than you bombed.
Yeah, I have done that. My worst I've ever done.
I was gonna say I don't have that much of affiliation, but I have seen motherfuckers bomb.
Yeah, I've seen motherfuckers bomb.
I just know they friends will make it seem like they
right.
didn't, but I've seen them bomb.
I don't know, this is the 3rd podcast I've done, and this is the 3rd podcast I'll talk about bombing.
That's why he don't want to go on stage. He want to stay on podcast.
I don't mind
bombing.
Look, I don't mind bombing. It's just that I know motherfuckers that's bombed way worse than me. Like it's just
you just don't want to be Tupac. You don't want to bomb first.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
I haven't full on bombed because to me a bomb is not a chuckle, not a snicker, not a nothing. If there's any laughs that came from you,
I'd rather take a motherfucker throwing a fucking shit sandwich at me.
So the worst I've personally feel that I've ever done, I still got it up on YouTube.
You left it up?
I left it up just to remind me to stay humble, because I struggled that night. It was open mic. It was classic comments at the Funny Bone, and I mean, nothing landed. Nothing was working. But I still got 4 or 5 laughs in. I got a couple chuckles.
Right.
But it wasn't
what you wanted. Here's what I ask all comedians that come to Taking No Shorts podcast. Like, has it ever been a joke you held on to too long? Because it was personal to you. Yeah. No, it was personal to you. Like, you knew to you it was funny as shit, and you kept fine tuning it. You kept putting it out there. It just was not getting over. It was not landing. You're like, yo, I don't want to not say it because that's me. And that's how I'm here. I'm doing this.
Sure that somebody.
All it
make
took
y'all
is
eventually appreciate this.
It took one motherfucker, Benny. I'm telling you. I gave you the Prince motherfucker. It took one motherfucker to chuckle at the bit that was going through my head, and it was I'm a baby daddy. You know, I got a child I take care of, but it's somebody else's. This nigga called me up talking about our baby sick. Nigga, that's your baby.
Yeah, I'm just fucking the woman that's connected.
Right.
to
Right. See, that extra part is where at the time I couldn't go. I'll go there now. I don't give a fuck no more. You know, but in the moment I was just like, this joke it's mine.
Yeah.
You know, you do your spoken word and you talk about whatever you want to talk about, it's yours. When you do you ever have a joke you want to get over, it's yours, and you ain't let it go yet? You still want to get it over? Or what's the closest you came to that?
I'm still freestyling, though. That's the thing. Like,
God damn it, Benny.
17 years later, I'm still... But what I have started to do in the past 3 or 4 years...
All right. You see how I'm looking at you, right, sir?
I can take a joke. Even if I repeat it, you'll never hear it the same way twice.
So, all right. So comedians that are watching Taking No Shorts podcast and listen to it here at the Venture X Studio, we all know not all comedians get to the funny. There's no set way. Each comic has a different way, right?
It's a formless art.
It's a form. Like, I study cats. Like, I sit down and I watch and I study cats, and I get this from, I don't even know where I get this dude's name from. I'm gonna say it, because at the time I just randomly went up and was like, "Hey, how do I do this?" And he was just like, "Buy this book."
Exactly.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Exactly.
Yeah, buy the book.
Buy the fucking book. Nigga, I was getting booed like shit off of that shit. Yeah, I'm not even gonna put the comic name out there.
It's no need. You can tell me after the fact, because
Right.
I want to know. Because if I don't even know if they still at it. If they are, I'm gonna let them know you're giving horrible advice.
Horrible advice.
I let people know it's one. The crowd knows when you're not being yourself. They
Amen.
can tell.
Amen.
Be yourself. I tell people, and I've been telling people this since I was like 36, 37. I got 37 years worth of stuff to talk about. I'm about to be 40. So now I have 40 years worth of stuff to talk about. From elementary school, first kiss, first time I tasted pizza, oodles and noodles, Christmas toys, getting my license,
Busting the wad.
first failed test. Yeah, first time I tried. Like, I did the joke about first time I tried to bust a nut at my cousin's show in North Carolina,
right,
because he told us, y'all gotta, this busting the nut thing is the deal, but he never told us how to do it.
Get there.
So I used to sit and be trying to squeeze my scrotum, thinking you really had to
This nigga done
bust
heard a nut.
a nut.
Exactly.
But I could never get to the point of popping it without being in such excruciating pain. So like, I finally gave up. Like, look, I guess I ain't gonna never bust a nut, because this does not feel good. This is not how this nigga explained this shit. And then later, I discovered Betamax, and
shout out to Betamax in the early '80s.
Betamax, it awakened those senses. And
it got you where you wanted to be.
This
look
is
at just Brooklyn.
nut.
Look at just Brooklyn. Looking at you like it's her mouth. It's like
this is a new story to her.
This
She ain't never heard this one, but
there's more to come, sister.
But I always tell people, be yourself. Work on getting comfortable with yourself. You have the subject matter. A lot of people sitting like, oh man, I can't remember what I wrote. These are your thoughts.
How can you not? Yeah.
So unless your thoughts clear out all the time, be you.
Everybody talks.
Some stuff comes and goes, and some stuff will trigger other thoughts. But I mean, you're being yourself. So I can get up there and talk about myself and my experiences, because I'm just talking from memory.
What you think these cats are doing? I've been out. It told you it's gonna pick up everything. So I've been back out for the last 3 months, and I'm observing the community, and I'm like, why are y'all thinking so much about these jokes, and why is y'all not getting enough pussy? Excuse my language. Y'all is going up here making jokes and eating up all the women making them
uncomfortable,
weirding them the fuck out,
and then we ain't got no crowd.
The fuck?
Because women are who come out.
Hell yeah, Bennie,
women spend money for tickets. Men come to shit when they find out that women are there.
I said, what? I can't even talk.
Mm-hmm. That's how it happens.
I said, oh my God, we're gonna pay some bills.
Like she said, she is set, and with her being around me this past year and 3 months, she's got to see. We just had one. We have two technically. We met August 10th.
Jesus Christ, she got COVID.
Oh no!
He said, Jesus Christ, she got
Don't speak that on me.
She got the shot. She good.
She got you. Oh, you got you. You leveled up.
Yeah, she's super Puerto Rico. Super Puerto Rico over here. She got the shot. But we met August 10th, and then our official boyfriend girlfriend date was October.
When he
17th.
hit, ladies and gentlemen, is what he said. He said when I.
No, he hit way before that.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
He saw boobs before we had our first conversation.
That's the first thing he said,
That's
right?
the first thing I see. That's
all
what
right. So always here at Taking No Shorts, the last 10, 15 minutes of the show go left. So we're gonna pay some bills first, and then we fit to take those shorts. We'll be coming right back here. Taking No Shorts podcast. I'm your host, Jay Grizzy. Hide your auntie. We'll get back to my friends in just a moment. But while I have you here, hit the subscribe button and like and share this podcast on YouTube. That's youtube.com/Taking No Shorts Pod. Also on rss.com/podcast/Taking No Shorts Pod. God, I got to get this out really quick. Also on all streaming platforms where you hear your favorite podcasts, including mine. And last but not least, for the low cost of lower than a half a dozen of eggs, you'll get to hear the stinkiest, dirtiest, foulest, most inappropriate, non-canceling shit on our Patreon at patreon.com/Taking No Shorts Pod. Or just search Taking No Shorts Pod. Now back to the show. AKA the Great Grizzo, BKA the Great Grizzolini, AKA Long Style on Auntie. What's happening? Long style.
It sound like rapper names.
Right.
Long style.
In this episode, I have two special guests. I'm having so much fun with them. I hope you are too. I'm going to go ahead and introduce to my second from my left. She is a host, a DJ, an erotic poetess. Is that a poetess? Is that a just make up a word?
Yeah,
if it ain't a word, it should be.
It should be. I told you the last half of Taking Those Shorts podcast, it might not even make the motherfucking cut. Right. But it's going to go left tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because we only got a short time. Right.
Words.
Right. All right, hold on. DJ. Dancer. Erotic dancer. I asked about the erotic dancer.
DJ.
What's the dancer part? Hold on.
I do dance. Just dance, period. Hip hop.
Okay. DJ dance. Go. Tell them, ladies and gentlemen.
Not stripping.
I DJ. I dance modern jazz, hip hop, R&B music. I also run a room of my own Wild Wednesdays.
Tell it.
I also host.
Exactly.
And hopefully, as Benny says, in the next 4 to 6 years, be a president.
God damn it. She want to be president, ladies and gentlemen. Kamala? I don't know. The way that I seen her drop that shit. When I say drop it.
Nobody.
Kamala been hiding for 3
Where
years.
is she?
Kamala?
When they about to go into the third year they turn?
They gotta be smart with it.
Where is she?
If you put her out, if you put Kamala out now, she not gonna be ready to come out the oven in 2024. Or whenever Joe goes.
She already tricked
people. She ain't come outside
this
for
is
nothing.
The thing. This is how Joe got in there. People saw that Joe was cool as shit while he was with Barack.
Right.
He was popping up. He was doing stuff.
Right.
So now she ain't around. Don't nobody see her. It just reminded me like, oh yeah, that is who our vice president is.
Kamala. She says she's going to be president.
We do got a woman vice president.
And I'm going to kick her out.
Get her. Shout out to Doug Emhoff. I don't know how he married Kamala after Montel Jordan. I mean, was it Montel Williams?
Yeah, Montel Williams.
Montel Williams had to have, because she was from
She was married to Montel Williams.
No, she was dating Montel Williams. Yeah, she was dating Montel Williams, I think, and she went to Howard, right? Like,
yeah, back around the time when he had the TV show.
Yeah, I would have been like, yo, all right. Montel was just like, I'm going to run through. You just about to run through.
He's like, you see who she with tonight.
Yeah, like, you know what it is. But, you know, you need to rock with these ladies, man. Do you rock? It's black men and black women. You need to rock with them when he down. You need to rock with him when he up. When I get whatever this podcast do, my wife knows I ain't going nowhere. I ain't stupid. You know,
I mean, if you can't rock with him at his lowest,
right?
Like, why would you be there for his highest so you can use what he got?
Did I get through the introductions? Just Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
and her best man is to her right. He's a comedy friend of mine. Been knowing him for some time. He's been performing stand-up comedy and all kinds of. You did go to New York, I think, right?
Yeah, we did a couple shows in New York. Me, James Lawson, Remo, a few others. So I've done Gotham Comedy Club.
Put it out there, Bennie.
I've done Broadway Comedy Club. I've done Greenwich Village Comedy Club.
Yeah, you from the South. You said Greenwich.
Greenwich. Every time I look at that word, I be like...
You want to know what movie I saw in Greenwich Village? Remember, what's the movie? This is going to date me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't give a fuck. The movie where the Gimp, Bruce Willis was, Ving Rhames was getting fucked by the Gimp.
Oh, that was
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
94. I saw, cause I didn't know no better. First time living in New York. I said, I'm going to watch this movie because everybody say Quentin Tarantino's a great director, right? I go to the gayest part of the village, right?
To watch Pulp Fiction.
Right, to watch Pulp fucking Fiction. Yeah. And Ving Rhames is getting his whole asshole explored.
Don't tell nobody.
Right, don't tell. By a whole dude, right, with a fucking Jeffrey Dahmer mask on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we I also did it was either Magoo's or some of the M in Staten Island. So I
okay, I mean, you put in your work.
Yeah, I've performed in Illinois, Chicago, Florida, Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina, West Virginia, D.C., Maryland, New York.
You put in the time, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think I'm missing anybody. I think that's all the states that I've hit in 17
You put in the
years.
time, and see, this is why I wanted you to come on, is I asked Betty this, Apple Brown Betty, and I hope I'm not talking about it too much, because she's a whirlwind, honestly. She's funny. But did you? And I asked her, the question was, did you get in the stand-up game to be famous or to be funny? And I think I asked you earlier, did you want your material to get over? Did you want the audience to know who you were, or did you want them to know what your yeah? So I'll pose that question to you. Like, did you get into this game to be famous or because you love comedy? And then the second part to that is, did you how do you want the audience, or do you even do you care what the audience takes from you after you say your good nights and all that?
Yeah, I got into it to make people laugh when I finally figured out that it was, I always thought people just got discovered. I never knew that you could just, actively seek something. I always thought people just got come across.
You thought it was some
you was at a grocery store, you was at a gas station, you was at a movie
That's how it worked when Rodney Dangerfield was
and
like this
just
shit,
like,
right?
Hey, you kid.
Yeah.
That thing you just did there.
Yeah, right.
Everywhere I go, I get no respect. Right. Hey, you kid over there.
Over there.
That thing you just did, do that again.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to be in movies, kid? Get over here.
That's how it worked.
And that's how I'm from the country, man. I was, so I didn't know no better. Right. So I thought that's how it went. But then I found out that you actively pursue it. When somebody told me about Richmond Funny Bone, that's when I started doing stand up. So, but I gear this is a hyped up version of myself. Yeah. In real life, I'm a little more calm, a little more quiet, docile. I'm still funny, and I still joke, but I turn it on or kick it up a notch. But it's really for this. I enjoy making people laugh, making people feel good, knowing that it takes away stresses. It makes them forget about problems throughout the day, things of that nature. Yes, of course, I would love to be rich and famous, but I look at this career that I've chosen, like most people say you should choose your career, is that even if you weren't getting paid, would you still do this? And even if I didn't make another dollar, if I didn't ever get paid doing it, I would still be doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I think you would be too. I mean, here
if it was no monetary benefit, no
a decade later,
lights,
I don't know. I mean, Casey put us together because we probably did a mic.
Yeah, we
on his show, Lakeside.
Yeah, Lakeside Laughs when he.
Shout out to Shaggy McCarthy.
Yeah, Patrick. He's doing good. He's working on Family Guy now in California.
That's that white boy power.
Yeah, he went out there,
but
really
he got an Irish name. Patrick, if you get back to Virginia, holler at your boy.
And the funny thing is, where we were doing Lakeside Laughs, that's the same place where I ended up starting back my room, Mic Check Mondays.
Oh, you went
during
back there?
During the pandemic, it became Lakeside Bar and Grill.
Oh, word! Wow.
And I started Mic Check Mondays there. It's now at the boutique down 6 North 19th Street. Also, where Wild Wednesdays is 6 North 19th Street in RVA, Richmond, Virginia, downtown Shockoe Bottom. But I started back at the same place where I started back doing comedy because I was on a break until Patrick told me about him hosting Lakeside Laughs.
Wow.
That's what got me to come back because I had stopped for like a year or two.
What made you stop?
Just the living in Emporia, the Funny Bone becoming a bringer show. When I started, we just paid $25 and we could come perform.
You had to, ladies and gentlemen, give some context. Bennie, you want to tell them?
Yeah. In the beginning, we paid $25 and you got your 5 minutes on stage. This was before the recession. Yeah, we would pay $25 for open mic night. Then they made it a bringer show where, depending on how many people you brought,
that's when I came in. I knew a lot of niggas.
If you got a slot on the list.
Right,
I'm from a place, I was raised in Emporia. They didn't really want to go past Petersburg.
Right.
Roanoke Rapids to North Carolina, Petersburg from Virginia.
Ooh, you going to the city.
Yeah, Emporia people don't, they didn't ever want to come to Richmond, so it was always a hard pull to get that 10, 15 people to come up.
Through you.
And I mean, I had bought a Scooby-Doo van at one point to bring niggas. I had my car, my mom's van.
This is a belief guy, right?
Another car. Like, yo, I got the gas. I'm going to get your food. I just need your body in the building so I can perform.
Right.
And I could never get to 10 or 15. And when I did if I came with 9, everybody else had 13 that night.
And
I wouldn't get on.
I won't complain a bit. This is why everybody tolerates Bennie, right?
Right. So,
I didn't like that part because, I knew this is what happened. I did Funny Bone one time, and I got a feature spot off of a bringer show.
Yeah, just how many people you brought with you. Because they like,
and then when I did the feature,
exactly, choked on them.
Choked. I didn't choke.
Yeah, just
nothing landed.
Yeah,
I think the intro landed. In the ending of that's my time.
When you came up, they was hype, and then when they saw what you was doing, they like, all right, oh, he finished.
Yeah, good. Get out of here. Get out of here. And I forgot the headliner. I'm not gonna put his name out there. He's still in the game. He's doing okay. He's doing well. The green room was so. I fucked up the green room. Yeah, it was like I changed the whole vibe because it's like, who is this virgin? Ain't never smelt whatever he's about to get into. And I was like, yeah, I'm here because I brought 3 co-workers and 6 friends with mine, and I won something.
I won something.
Well, yeah, I won something, right?
Yeah, I think back then when in the class you would either get the host.
Yeah, I won the class I won the class a lot of times.
Now,
but
see, this is the difference.
We're not shitting on nobody because I like to get booked. If I ever go back out there, don't you want to get booked too?
Oh yeah.
The Taking No Shorts wants Bennie to be booked.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not.
Even though everybody tolerates Bennie.
But this is the difference. Like, I went overtime the first time, got second place the second time. I did the Clash of the Comets.
Yeah. How much time you go over?
I didn't place again for 10 years.
You got black. You think motherfuckers was hating?
More or less.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't place again for 10 years. It took me 10 years, and then that next month, after placing third, I got first place. I finally got a first
all
place.
right, so here's what got me out the game in 2015, 14, somewhere around there. It was so cliquey. It was not funny, and I was never a dick rider. Yeah, I was not. Look, if I got to ride, pause, anybody's coattails for something, if I can't stand on my own, I'd rather just
not even be
involved with it. And I just started seeing the business side of it, and I was just like, okay, forget the ego side where everybody keeps telling you, even there's something there. You don't need to know if it's all there. Who the fuck has it all there other than Pryor or Carlin or...
And even those people took time.
Like, who knows? So I was just like, all right, I'm out just because of my constitution. I can't. I got tired. First of all, I know what fuck niggas do. So I cannot be associated with some fuck boy shit. And so I was just like, okay, I'm out. And I don't regret it.
And see, like, that's the beauty with her, where certain people, I'm able to let her know, nah, that ain't, or I'll give her that forewarning, like, hey, this is what I've heard about this person.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
This is what I've heard about this person. It's up to you to still work with them. I'm going to support you and be behind you regardless. But,
everything that jump on you ain't right for you. That's just like what we say is like coochie.
Yeah.
I'm parents told my mama told me everything that look good ain't good for you.
Ain't good for you.
Just Brooklyn. Who inspired you to? I think I already ask the question. Who inspired her? I did, and she said Bennie because she love you so much, Bennie.
Yeah. So now it's.
All right, so we about to go there. How long y'all been there?
And her kids inspire her as well.
That is my kids doing.
He always believe the kids for last.
No, I say that.
She like, yo, I'll get out the house because I ain't. I get a sitter, and you got a sitter, right?
Well, they're dead.
Yeah. Nigga, but, come get these kids. I need a break. And Bennie is slinging the ding-a-ling. So, right? That's what she's saying. Yeah. She's saying, hey, I was on that other side. Like,
we have an understanding. And when you mature enough,
they were my inspiration in the beginning because that was what was making me speak. Was to be able to tell my journey with them.
Yeah.
Now it's become... Now I'm speaking as the woman that I am now.
It looks bigger than what you thought it was in the beginning. Right. Now it's bubbling, right?
Yeah, like the legacy or the how do you put it? Not just the legacy, the remembrance of me that I do want from my kids. Like I want to leave them with something touching for my children.
I told 804 E Beats, who is behind the camera, him and his legacy, Kadir, behind the camera here. When me and him linked up, I said, yo, man, people don't know what the internet gonna do 50 years from now. We putting this shit down. I want my grandkids to hear what Grizzly was saying. Your granddaddy was getting them. He was getting that.
Yeah, you want to leave that.
Yeah, you want to leave that right impression for him because we don't know what the fuck. Who the fuck left to go tell the story.
I just want to leave a ground because both my kids are very artistic. Like my daughter sees what I do, so she wants to. She's actually done her first show.
Great for her.
We got to do a show together, and she's 8. My son draws, my daughter draws, so they're following the artistic side. And like my son's getting into graphics and computers and stuff.
That's
so
wonderful.
I'm hoping that maybe I can build something.
Yeah,
that
they paying attention. They paying my son. I bought a camera, a big old. See this camera right here? Look like that until I met him, and he said, "No, I got something better." Right. But my son saw it. He was like, "Ooh, I want to do." I said, "Well, bring your black ass down here and sit down and soap up this goddamn knowledge."
It's just to give them so that when they get older, they'll have a job already locked in before they have a job.
I think it's important that we pass on whatever we know, whether it's nothing or not.
That's why this generation is crazy, because they pass on the things that they know.
They passing on some bullshit.
But but you can only pass on where you're at.
Right.
So
I think a lot of people. I think to keep it a bean, like a lot of parents got caught slipping. I mean, Bennie talked about it earlier. Just latchkey.
Yeah, they worked so hard trying to solidify themselves.
Yeah, to try to move it forward but you lose. So it's like an imbalance.
All it is just the children that didn't want to do all the things when they were younger. They got older, they had kids, and they did. They said, "Hey, I'm not going to make my kids feel like me. I'm going to be their friend. Parents going to be friends."
I think God so much that I had that balance of the world. Mm-hmm. You know, I just had that balance of the world. Even where I live was on the cusp of George Jefferson, but still in the ghetto. Mm-hmm. You know, it was George Jefferson.
Y'all ain't move up, y'all moved over.
Yeah. It was like a foot in the Jeffersons, but we were still on good times. You know what I mean?
Well, we weren't on good times. We was in the middle of the hood.
Right. I mean, well,
you was on the borderline. We was in the middle of the cross.
Right.
Yeah, we were definitely on bad times.
I didn't grow up and once I moved to bigger cities, I lived in D.C. and I lived in New York and Brooklyn, and I saw, first of all, I'm gonna date for somebody like us from Virginia, boy, like just not to see trees, just not to see grass. It's just like when they say concrete, it's just a different vibe, you know. So when I got back to Virginia back in the mid-90s, I kissed the ground. I was like, oh my God, it's a tree. Oh my God, some grass. Oh my God, it's some deep-ass pussy.
Oxygen livestock.
Hey, like,
what is the name of this? What is the name of the place from Little Shop of Horrors?
Oh, Skid Row.
That's exactly what New York reminds me of.
Yeah, like it's a special place, but it kind of shapes you.
Right.
Like it kind of toughens you, and the same thing in coming from a small rural town, it kind of shape you.
And
like,
even if you're not tough, it helps and teaches you to put that persona on.
And I talked about this in a previous episode of, and then we'll wrap it up here as I talk about this. Taking no shorts. I got in trouble in a particular situation because I asked about 5 people, when was the last time you heard an R. Kelly song, or last time you listened or proactively searched for R. Kelly.
I made a playlist for him a couple months ago. Just because I'm like,
I never deleted any music I ever had.
Now I don't listen to him all the time. But I was like, just because
he just dropped the album too.
And when I said they snatched
that shit off, right?
Well, because it's talking about all the stuff he did do.
And
he said I admit it, but I mean, OJ gonna say he admitted it.
He was really trapped in the closet of a 13-year-old.
But going back and listening to the songs,
I'm curious to know your thoughts. But I'm
zeroes in on the yo. It was right there in front of our faces the whole time. He got a song on his first album, I Like the Crotch on You. He got
a comic. Hey, this is the greatest beauty about I'm laughing at that shit.
I like the crotch on you. There's a song. And then
you got to push it in perspective.
When I was listening,
I'm going to get canceled for this shit.
And then when I was listening to Vibe, and I realized, like, yo, he was naming... I said every name he named is a grandmother now.
Motherfucker is they go
Cheryl's
say
got it.
And Shirley, Shirley got it.
Glenda's got it. Roberta's got
the claps.
But then at the end of the song is cute little Aaliyah's got it.
Oh damn, he did put that in there.
Yeah. When you go and listen to Vibe,
put that in there?
Yeah.
R. Kelly and Public Announcement, because them niggas left him alone.
Yeah,
Public Announcement got out of there quick.
God, he said, hold on.
He said that? And on Vibe, when he was
take no shorts here.
When he was naming all the names and all them old women names, and then he was like, cute little Aaliyah's got it. She got that vibe. And
Mr. Robert Kelly.
Yeah, Robert Sylvester.
Yeah. Something wrong with you, boy.
This is the thing. This is the part.
Something wrong with you, boy.
This is the part. This is the part that intrigues me the most. There are grown women
that still fuck with him.
No, that would have let that man piss, and cage, and anything else. Why go to the underage women when
Bennie,
you got grown, sexy women that would have let you do it?
I took a poll, sir. I took a poll of about 10 human beings. And I said, when was the last time you actively went out and looked or searched, because we live in the internet age now, for R. Kelly song? Because I was listening to a non-R. Kelly song, but the melody sounded like Step in the Name of Love. And then I bled over into Step, Step, Step. And I was just like, oh shit. I told the previous episode, I clutched my pearls. I said, oh shit. Yeah. I said, I ain't listened to this nigga in 10, 15 years. Yeah. But just because of all everything that was happening, I felt some kind of way. So I polled 10 people. 8 out of the 10 that were women
still listen to his music
said, I never stopped fucking with him.
Yeah.
I said, oh damn.
It brings up.
So I said, why did I feel that kind of way?
It brings up the artistry over the person.
Right.
Are you going to judge me off of
Michael Jackson?
Like some people bring.
I went to Michael Jackson. I did that last episode.
And in all actuality, you can't discredit the art because of the artist.
I mean, it's
you
crazy.
You just can't. You know what I'm saying? Billie Jean is still a good song, even though I don't believe he touched no little kids, because we found out it was disproven. It was all about the money. He literally was a man stuck in a boy's mind.
Here's what I say.
Because of the upbringing.
Before the allegations, I would have slit a nigga throat if they talk bad about Michael Jackson. Right?
But the allegations changed your mental perspective. The
allegations came out, and I said,
it changed your perspective.
He might have, but even still, I ain't there. I literally am not associated with the situation. I'm not close enough to make a judgment, so I don't know. Same thing with R. Kelly. Like, I saw the video, and I said, I ain't fucking with him no more. I got sisters. I ain't fucking with him no more.
I saw it was on VHS.
Yeah. I saw it on one of them tube sites.
Nah, I saw it on VHS.
Yeah. You got the video, Bennie?
I saw it.
You got the whole tape,
way back when it started.
Hold on, let's be clear. It's for the record, y'all.
Because he had just did MTV Cribs.
Oh shit!
That same year,
exactly.
He showed.
Should I drop it exactly for that? I need to get your thoughts.
He showed his mansion on MTV Cribs.
It did. The shit dropped the next day.
When the video came out, that safari room that he showed on MTV Cribs
was the same one that he was in there munching.
It's the room he got the little girl dancing in with the towels, and it was a sauna jungle room. So that was admittance. And then he does have a cousin that looks like him, but.
Nah, nigga, that's you.
He yelled out his name from behind the door. He had the girl in the chair, and he was like, Kelly!
Look.
He was like, give me a minute.
We're talking about practice.
Just Brooklyn, because he's a guy, that means you're a woman. I would like
Not
a woman.
necessarily,
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, necessarily today.
You want to speak for yourself, right? Ben is like, exactly. Speak for yourself. I don't know. No, I'm serious. No. Why? This is my question to you. Why, if I was to ask 10 people, right, and 8 out of the 10 were women who unsolicited by me, just a purity question. When was the last time you listened or actively searched for a R. Kelly song? I asked 10 random people that know me personally, and 8 out of the 10 who happen to be female said, I never stopped rocking with the dude. What is that all about?
Well, from personal standpoint, because I look at him as an artist, what he does outside of his artistry, that has nothing to do with me. But as far as the person that I know who he is, he's that artist. He's that person that I remember growing up and listening to. So I'm a fan of his artistry, Now, a personal fan of him? No. No, because of course, I mean, I have a daughter, I'm a female, and of course, common sense says that's not right. But
the music
wise is like, I'm grown now. Now I know what he was talking about. And yeah, underline maybe some of his music was talking about the things he was doing.
I was in a Step in the Name of Love. I don't know where Leah got to do with that.
And I mean,
I hope you won't step it in the name of love. In regard.
I mean, and maybe in a way because maybe
you would never know though. That's the thing.
He had a secret love for her, but I mean that's.
Well, they were married. It's legal documentation.
I mean, but even the marriage, like here's what, and then I'm
and I mean, and her parent had to say yes if she
extrapolate this a little bit more before we wrap up. Like we don't. The lesson with R. Kelly, Michael Jackson allegedly, R. Kelly because he was convicted, OJ,
Bill Cosby,
yeah, anybody. You don't never know what
they do behind
closed door, and it don't matter who the fuck they is. Let's everybody get their socials out and let everybody know where they can catch y'all in the DMV in the Richmond, Virginia area. Ladies first, just Brooklyn, I would like to say as the host of this show, I hope I was a good host. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you for coming. Give everybody your socials and let people know how they can catch your creativity and artistry.
You can follow me on Facebook as Brooklyn Lenoir, Lenoire. I also have a Facebook page connected to it, a Wow Wednesday page as well, just dedicated to that platform. And you can follow me on Instagram at just_Brooklyn87. It has all the other information. You can follow me on there, and you can definitely book me for DJing. Poetic justice moments. Hopefully venture into the comedy side.
I think she helps you with your material.
She got two sets ready. She just ain't done them on stage yet.
So hold on, come on. She help you.
No, she don't.
There be some stuff.
There's one thing I just put in my phone.
Is it because she a chick?
No. Let's be real. There's been multiple things that we have talked about in conversations together.
And that's what I'm trying to give. I'm trying to set it up. He's like, nah.
That it's made its way.
And
it's made its way into it. We've had a conversation.
I think she helps you, sir.
The credit.
Right.
So what did I do to
all the other shows before he met you? Like, what does he do? All right, it's an echo. All right.
8 months.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Bennie.
But she does help a lot.
Thank you.
She's my manager.
No, I don't.
You do.
I reached out. Something happened a couple weeks ago. We couldn't get it together. I reached out again.
We've been busy, thank the Lord.
Busy, yeah, these cats been busy. They is out here in this town making it a way for young, old, black, white. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. You know, it's just a love of the creativity and the stand-up and the comedy and the creative game. They give you an avenue, and that's all I ask for. You know, so thank you for responding back to me, taking it. You know, because if you got a brand, you're saying, well, why would I want to fuck with something new when I've been out here doing it like this? You know, and you said, you know what, Bennie ain't have no doubts. I like coming to your spot. I'm gonna come back to your spot. I let everybody know where your spot is, your socials, where everybody can see your material and what you got going on. Bennie Blonkoe, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so both rooms right now are at 6 North 19th Main Street. So that's 19th and Main, downtown Shockoe Bottom, Wild Wednesdays and Mic Check Mondays. All social media, Bennie Blonkoe Perry. Next up, we got a couple shows going. Like she said, she's the host for Poison Ivy Entertainment down in the 757 area. I got 2 shows for New Year's I got to do. We got Lyric Ave every third Sunday.
Shout out to Lyric Ave. Y'all did the show
we just did
this past
Sunday.
weekend. Right?
So
that was good? That was a good show?
Oh, yeah. We had a good turnout. we did a video together. We did these Christmas Carol type things. So we had that, and she did a little more behind the scenes, learning the
chestnuts open
right?
on an open fire.
And I, did a little feature 5 minutes before Antoine Scott came up, and then I did the WTF moment. So I got to be Kanye West for a little bit. Because I did that last show, so they asked me to come back and do it again, which is
what a harmonica or something?
Nah, Kanye's outfit is just all black. So
all black with some boom boots on.
It's the fatigue boots and black.
That's
leather
easy
pants.
to do. He's the ultimate fuckboy. I don't know the fuck. We need to come. Y'all, I need y'all to come back so y'all can talk about that fuck nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we'll come back whenever you want us to come back, man. But yeah, all social media, Bennie Blonkoe Perry. I got a lot going on. We're both open for bookings, so you can email me, email her. You can email me at bbperry67@yahoo.com. Your email.
Oh, I ain't worried about giving. That's a long email. They can hit me up on social media.
Brooklyn Princessa. All day on these motherfuckers.
Just sleep on the keyboard, nigga, and hit at. And hit at. Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you.
And we got other shows and events going on in the city, so you got to just, follow us. And
appreciate y'all,
we
man.
share every flyer that we do, so it's shared daily.
Y'all got any Christmas presents or New Year's resolutions y'all want to put out here for 2023? When this come out, this might come out. This gonna come out after the new year. But so when it do come out, I want people to be up under the comments or say something on social media what you is or what you ain't gonna do for 2023. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to just Brooklyn first. What you is or what you ain't gonna do for 2023. Real quick, bang.
Not gonna allow anybody to take my joy away from me and.
That's one. That's
Let
good.
me be less than worth what I'm worth.
Hey, man. What you ain't is or what you ain't going to do for 2023?
What I is going to do is keep being consistent. This is the most consistent I've been in a 17-year career of being consistent for the past 2 solid years and being blessed enough to find a young lady that enjoys the entertainment industry like me. So it makes makes it so much easier. She has been to every show since the day I met her. I mean,
big difference, bro.
Even my kids' moms have only caught like 3 or 4 shows.
Yeah, let's say
is at every show.
My videographer got to go, but let's say this: it's a big difference when you got a lady that supports you. Yes, sir.
It's a
big difference.
Blessing. So
shout out to my wife.
It's gonna be an engagement coming 2023 at some point.
I'm gonna be at dancing at that show. I want to be at the bachelor party first, because if Grizzly put it together,
she
Brooklyn,
probably gonna be there too.
No, you can't dance. No.
Well, she ain't gonna dance, but she probably we gonna set it up. We do shows with stripper bitches and stuff.
Jesus Christ, this is what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, Taking No Shorts podcast here at the Vince X Studios. I'm your host, Jay Grizzly, a.k.a. Mr. Lee No Meat on the Bone. Hide your auntie. Thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you, Bennie.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you, Kadir.
Good job, young man.
Good job. Thank you, 804 E Beats. Make sure y'all check back with us next week. Taking No Shorts podcast. Like, share, subscribe. I am your host. I still want your auntie bad. I
thought he forgot what his name was.
No, it's cause she want me. She want it, and I'm gonna give it to her cause she asking for it.
Grizzly Paul, me and Mrs. Jones.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Bennie. We out, y'all. Peace.